Hello everybody and welcome to week 13 of the CCBL. Um, this week I'm playing Rower and the Chicago Sky Attacks. Um, Rower's team is the Tapu Koko, the Gudra, Donphan, the Minior, Ditto, Sork, Mega Sizor, Mew, Electros, Gligar, and Bronzong. Um, now, Rower's, I reckon, top of this league at the moment. He's been doing real well with this team this season. Only picked up one loss so far. I think he's like 10-1 with 2 more games to play, something like that. But yeah, so I mean, I can potentially get to 10-3 if I win this game and be drawing with Rower for a 10-3 as well if Rower loses his the last game that he's got to play after we play, which could be pretty cool. So yeah, he definitely has a scary team. Tapu Koko is always scary to see. Ditto can like come in and steal any of my boost and stuff like that, which is annoying. Gudra is just like bulky, strong, and yeah, got some good offensive stats there as well, like pretty decent. Donphan just good at spinning, good at putting hazards up. Minior, fast, and like quite offensive there. Getting a shell smash off or something like that can be pretty dangerous for my team. Sork, I'm not expecting him to bring, but like it kind of stops my Zygarde from doing too much, stuff like that. Mega Sizor, whatever. I don't feel like he would really bring that against, especially when I got a Salazzle. Um, but like only having that fire weakness makes it a pretty strong mon, especially with its 150 attack. Mew just can do anything basically. Can be offensive, can be defensive, can be mixed. Which is can be real hard to prepare for, can be real annoying to deal with. Electros, just like no weaknesses, bulky, well, semi-bulky, I guess. Lots of coverage moves, can be quite annoying to deal with as well. Gligar, yeah, it can be annoying. Got the electric immunity and the ground immunity there, but like obviously I got the Zygarde, so 1,000 arrows, nothing is immune to that. And then the Bronzong can be levitate or heat proof, depending. I feel like Tapu Koko, Gudra, Donphan, Ditto, Mew, and Bronzong is a pretty good bring for him. I feel like I've got a lot that can deal with the Minior, the Sork, the Sizor, the Electros, and the Gligar. Like just because Zygarde's 1,000 arrows can hit the Electros through its levitate and do super effective damage there. I feel like it wouldn't be the best bring against me. And like Sizor with my Salazzle, not the best bring. Sork with my Primarina, not the best bring. Minior with my Primarina, not the best bring. Gligar with my Primarina, not the best bring. But yeah, I guess I'll go over my team now and what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it. First up, we have my Zygarde. Max attack, max speed, choice scarf. 1,000 arrows, crunch, extreme speed, superpower. Choice scarf, max attack, max speed, 1,000 arrows, 2 hits, most threats. 1 hit's Tapu Koko as long as it's not defensive, but it's not real. I'm not expecting Tapu Koko to be defensive at all, really. But yeah, 1,000 arrows, 1 hits Tapu Koko, and with Choice Scarf, we're faster than everything except a Scarf Koko. Or Scarf Minior or Scarf Mew, but I don't think that those will come. And well, I think Mew's coming, but I don't think Mew will be scarfed at all. And I don't think Minior would be scarfed either, because Shell Smash Minior is just too good. But yeah, so this Zygarde takes, can outspeed any Tapu Koko set except a Scarf set. But the Scarf set is not going to one-hit KO. So I'm expecting Tapu Koko to be his lead, quite possibly, like with a Volt switch out. So I'm going to be leading with my Scarf Zygarde here. And he might go for the Dazzling Gleam, which the only way my Zygarde dies to a Dazzling Gleam is if Tapu Koko is Choice Specs, which my Zygarde will outspeed 1,000 arrows knockout, and then Tapu Koko will be gone. If he's scarfed, he'll get the Dazzling Gleam off before me, but it should do about 60-70%, which obviously won't kill me, and then 1,000 arrows will knock him out. Which will be really nice if I can just get Tapu Koko rid of right from the start. But then we got the Crunch, the Extreme Speed, and the Superpower just to hit some other stuff. Crunch for like the Mew and the Bronzong. Extreme Speed just for that priority. Superpower for... what am I bringing that for? I think just hit stuff like the Donphan and the Electros better than most other things, that like except the 1,000 arrows on an Electros, obviously. Hits the Gligar better than any of the other moves, I believe. I can't really remember the counts. I think Superpower is mainly just there because I couldn't think of anything else to bring, really. I don't really expect to be clicking that much. Like 1,000 arrows is 90% of the time what I'm going to click on Zygarde. Anyway, up next is my Salazzle, Focus Sash, Nasty Plot, Flamethrower, Hidden Power Ice, Sludge Wave, enough speed to outspeed everything on his team, non-scarfed, except the Minior and the Tapu Koko. But the Focus Sash to take a hit, and then hit something back real hard. Nasty Plot, if I get the opportunity to set up that'll be nice. Flamethrower gets rid of the Scizor, gets rid of the non-heat-proof Bronzong. I feel Hidden Power Ice for the Donphan, for the Gligar, for the Minior, and Sludge Wave for the Koko for for the Koko, really. And then everything else just, well, I mean, still takes damage, but not as much. But yeah, I'm pretty standard set. Got some extra EVs into HP just because didn't need them in the speed. Like Salazzle's not going to be outspeeding a max speed Minior or a max speed Koko anyway. So those extra points can be spent in just HB. Not a big deal because like Salazzle's still real frail, but who knows, might help live like a Koko Dazzling Gleam or something like that if it ends up being spexed or scarfed and can only go for one move. Um, yeah, that's my Salazzle this week. Next up is Primarina, Choice Specs, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Sparkling Aria, Hidden Power Fire. Speed, just outspeeds anything that it can. I think outspeeds a max speed Donphan and Electros. Non-scarfed, obviously, and anything lower than them. Which, I mean, granted is not a lot, but there is a couple of things. Just some extra HP because of that. Max special attack. Moonblast hits like everything for a lot, and then hits things like the Gudra and the yeah, hits the Gudra, I guess. Hits the Gudra for super effective. Oko's that. And then does like 2 hits to everything else. Shadow Ball for the Mew, for the Bronzong, and just some nice neutral coverage on most things. Sparkling Aria for the Donphan, the Minior, the Gligar, and then like more neutral damage on other things if I end up having to lock myself into that. And then yeah, Hidden Power Fire for the Scizor, for the Bronzong if I need it. I mean, Heat Proof Bronzong's not going to take a ton from Hidden Power Fire, but it should still be like maybe be able to out-trade it. But yeah, then I've got my Decidueye leftovers, Defog Roost, Spirit Shackle Toxic, especially defensive. Should be able to sit in on like a Mew or something like that and get a Toxic off, Spirit Shackle off, or something like that, and just take it out slowly. Not going to be able to Toxic the Bronzong, obviously. I really wish I could use Z-Curse, but we only allow offensive Z moves in this. But something like that could be real nice against the Bronzong. But yeah, so just a special offensive wall. Take some special hits, hopefully. And yeah, just be able to deal with some of that. Next up is my Uxie, just max HP, max attack, no speed investment, choice scarf. Try and get a trick choice scarf onto something if I get the opportunity. Maybe like onto the Gligar or the Mew or the Bronzong if they come, just so like, or maybe even the Donphan or something, just so like they have to switch out if they want to go for Stealth Rocks or something like that. Ice Punch just to hit some things like the Minior and the Gligar and the Gudra. U-turn hits things like the Mew. Well, basically only the Mew, but just to pick up some momentum if I get the opportunity. And then Stealth Rocks if I get the opportunity to set them up as well. And the final member of the team that I'm bringing for week 13 is a Flyinium Z Thundurus Taunt Knockoff U-Turn Fly. Because I'm bringing Salazzle with a Focus Sash, Taunt could come in useful to block his Rock Setter, which he has lots of choice for. I think Donphan, possibly Minior, I can't really remember, but yeah, possibly Minior. The Mew and the Gligar, and I think Bronzong as well, can all set rock. So he's got lots of rock setters. So the Taunt could come in real useful. Knockoff hits the Mew, hits the Bronzong. U-turn hits the Mew, just also get some momentum up. And then the Fly, just a nice neutral hit on anything. Just switch this in at some point, and then Z-Fly, just do some damage to something. Will be nice. And I guess Defiant, in case he wants to defog on anything. The speed, once again, outspeeds everything except the max speed Minior Tapu Koko. HP, just a little bit of HP there just to survive a hit or two. And max attack. Yeah, so that's basically the team I'm bringing and my main reasoning for building what I did. I guess we'll just jump into the replay. I do have it open in the background, so we'll just jump to that right now, and we'll see how the game went. And yeah, so he brought the Sizor, the Donphan, the Tapu Koko, Electros, the Mew, and the Goodra. I was surprised to see Tapu Koko and Electros, like, especially when I got Zygarde on my team. But I mean, like, while I was surprised to see them, I wasn't unsurprised to see them either, if you know what I mean. I was expecting the Ditto because, and I was surprised that that didn't come, just because like it can still boost off anything, like turn into anything that I have, which could be real nice for him if he could get it off on the Zygarde or something like that. But yeah, I was expecting most of that, except the Sizor and the Electros. I was expecting Ditto and what else? I forget. And the Bronzong. Just heat-proof Bronzong I was definitely expecting. Just because Slazzle can do a lot of damage with Flamethrower or whatever. But I guess like the only thing he has that's really weak to fire is the Scizor. Everything else can take a fire hit alright, and at least survive one. So, I mean, I'm not like unsurprised to see everything that he's brought. But yeah, anyway, we'll just get into the replay and we'll see how the match goes. I did start off with the Zygarde like I said I was going to, but he started off with the Mew, which I wasn't expecting. I don't know what to expect. I just switched into Uxie here just to take a hit, because I was like expecting an Ice Beam or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what he was expecting me to lead with, starting with the Mew there. But yeah. My play here with the Uxie was always just a U-turn out. I get a lucky crit there, does 30%. Not a big deal, but here I just bring my Zygarde in off of that and just go for 1,000 arrows. Would have done a great deal of damage if Electros had stayed in, probably knocked it out, I think I count. But yeah, you see there it does 24% to Donphan. Not a huge amount, so I feel like it's fairly physically bulky. I mean, I didn't actually work that out in the calcs, but I probably should have in hindsight. But yeah, definitely on the bulkier side. I don't really want to leave my Zygarde in on this, so I bring my Decidueye in. He goes for the Stealth Rocks, which is annoying because it means I can't bring my Salazzle in easy, but luckily Decidueye here is my defogger. I was hoping he would leave the Donphan in, so I go for a Spirit Shackle, but he brings the Scizor in. I mean, not unexpected, and I did count, and like Mega Scizor was not going to knock out my Decidueye here, so I just go for the defog, get rid of these rocks. He goes for the knockoff, I lose my leftovers. I mean, annoying, but not a huge deal. I get rid of the rocks, which is nice. And then I just switch out into Thundurus because I got the Z move there. So knockoff's going to be doing the least damage to Thundurus, and like no one's going to lose an item, which is nice. Yeah, switches out his Scizor, and I just go for the Z-Fly, and that does a solid 65% to the Goodra there, which is real nice. And then I U-turn out, and like Goodra's down. It was a really good call for him to go for Sludge Wave there, but like that extra HP that I have on my Primarina here means that I can take 2 of those. Probably even like if the second one crit, I might have even survived, which is nice. Possibly not, but yeah. So that forces the Goodra out because he knows he's not going to take it out, and then I just go for the Sparkling Aria here because that was my best. I count through most, and that hit everything decently, no matter what he wanted to bring in. Whereas any other moves, like depending on what he brought in, wouldn't really take it out. I was debating the Hidden Power Fire, which would have just taken the Scissor out right there. But like things like the Goodra and the Donphan could have come in on an HP Fire and like in real trouble. Whereas like at that point, I think the Sparkling Aria would have knocked out the Electros, would have knocked out the Donphan, would have knocked. Oh, well, Goodra was at 18%, so that would have been knocked out anyway, and that just switched out. So yeah, but Mew wouldn't have taken much from the HP Fire. Would have been 2 hit by the Sparkling Aria, I believe. Even Coco would have been 2 hit by the Sparkling Aria. So yeah, it was just the best move for me to click right there. And here I just go for it again, brings in Electros, and Electros goes down. Just Choice Specs Primarina putting in the work so hard. I love Primarina. And here I probably make my worst play of this game, maybe. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, my Zygarde, I calced it. It can take a hit from Dazzling Gleam. Like, obviously, Primarina in, you would be expecting Tapu Koko to go for an electric move, but bringing Zygarde in there was one of the easiest calls to predict, I feel like, ever. So Roller here goes for the Dazzling Gleam and does 74%. So at this point I know he's either scarfed or not any choice item. Well, I mean, I guess he could technically be choice banded, but yeah, that was not choice specs damage, because choice specs damage would have just killed my Zygarde there, and that's why that play was ridiculously silly, because I would have lost Zygarde right there without him doing anything at all. If I mean, there would be a chance that I would live it. Like, I think the roll for a Dazzling Gleam from a choice specs Tapu Koko was like 97% to 106% or something like that, you know? So there was a chance that I could have lived it even if it was a specs, but the roll was not in my favor. So, like, I'm like, oh crap, that was scarf damage or non-specs damage. He's probably scarfed, is what I'm assuming at this point. And I'm like, I can't leave Zygarde in on this, because Zygarde would go down. So that's why this was probably one of my worst plays for the match. Like, I should have quite easily predicted the Dazzling Gleam, because Zygarde going in there was one of the easiest to predict plays ever. Like, Primarina would have taken that and done a chunked Tapu Koko with Sparkling Aria, so even just clicking that would have been good. Switching into Decidueye and just sacking that off probably would have been alright. Switching into Uxie and taking a Dazzling Gleam would have been alright. Even, I think, Thundurus taking a Dazzling Gleam would have been okay. Obviously, I don't want to bring in Salazzle, because of I don't want to switch it in and unless I'm guaranteed to get it in with its focus sash being up. Because like it's not going to outspeed a max speed Tapu Koko, and so if focus sash is off, like I want to be able to live any one hit from anything and take it out basically. But yeah, so basically here I have to switch Zygarde out because at this point I'm like, that's probably Scarfed. It could not be, but it probably is. So yeah, I switch Zygarde out, go into Uxie because like Dazzling Gleam does nothing to Uxie, 30%. So yeah, he switches the Koko out there, I get my Stealth Rocks up. Now obviously I'm Scarf Koko, so I need to switch out to do anything. But yeah, I take the Sludge Wave on the Goodra, not too bad, and then Thundurus gets just a kill with a knockoff, easy. And now he just brings the Donphan in. I want to get rid of its leftovers, so I just go for a knockoff here, allow him to get the rapid spin off. Not a big deal. But yeah, I just go for the taunt here because I don't want him getting up rocks again. And like in team building, I didn't even think about this scenario, to be honest. Like it's real clutch that I even put the taunt on. Like I was like, what other move will be good? And I was like, there's no real coverage moves that I want. So taunt, I guess, like just taunt could come in useful, and it did. It came in real clutch this game, just not getting those Stealth Rocks up, which he went for. He just goes for the knockoff, but I'm in the air, so he can't hit me. I land a fly, does a solid 28%, and then I get knocked off. And the taunt ends, so here I have to go for the taunt. Just I don't want him getting rocks up when my Salazzle's here, and just he predicts that and gets the knockoff. Like, not bad, but that allows me to get my Primarina in. And at this point, Shadow Ball killed the Scizor, killed the Donphan, 2-hit the Mew, and 2-hit the Tapu Koko. So if you wanted to switch Donphan out there, anything he brought in would have taken a huge chunk of damage. I think Mew would have possibly even have died. Can't really remember. If it wasn't bulky, I believe it had a chance of taking a chunk of damage. But yeah, so the Donphan goes down, so I don't need to worry about rocks anymore. Excellent. Mew goes for Z Genesis Supernova. Now, Psychic I don't think would have killed me. Ice Beam definitely wouldn't have killed me. What else can Mew have? I don't know. I don't even think like a Thunderbolt or anything from Mew would have killed me at that point. But like we didn't realize this. Like I didn't realize this at the time. But Genesis Supernova Munium Z Z move for Mew is actually banned in this league. So no matter what, I think this game would have been given to me. No matter what happened. So I mean, I guess at this point, like it's fine to say that the game ended up being a win in my favor, and I do end up this season at 10-3 after the week 12 win, forfeit win. Which is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how this season's gone. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Mew knocks Primarina out here with Munium Z, Genesis Supernova. Didn't really affect how the game ended, but yeah, I don't think Primarina there would have gone down to any move that Mew had. Possibly a Thunderbolt or something, maybe, but that depends if he had it or not. Like, Genesis Supernova has a real high base power, 185 or something like that. So it's going to do a chunk of damage to anything no matter what. but Psychic wouldn't have killed my Primarina there, I don't think. Anyway, it doesn't matter at this point. Primarina is down, but I just bring my Scarf Uxie in, get a U-turn, can sack something else if I have to, get a nice lucky crit there, which is pretty cool. It's a bit unfortunate for Roa, but like I think at this point, like we would have figured out that he had to forfeit win this anyway, like forfeit lose this anyway because of the Genesis Supernova. But yeah, I guess the crit's just coming back for me there to make up for the for the Band Z move. But yeah, I just sack off Oliver Queen here, my Decidueye, just to bring Uxie back in and get another U-turn off. But he switches the Mew out here, and Uxie takes out the Scizor, another crit. Pretty lucky. At this point, I realize I calc that Salazzle can take out the Mew as long as it's not defensive. I mean, like, I think there was still a chance that Salazzle could take out the Mew even if it was defensive, but like had much higher chance, like almost guaranteed chance of taking it out at the health it was at if it had no HP, no special defense investment. So I bring my Salazzle in on this U-turn. In hindsight, I probably should have gone into Zygarde here and just extreme speeded or like crunched or something like that. Because I would have outsped this Mew with my Zygarde, and it would have brought Mew down to where it could take out it would have brought Mew down where Salazzle could take it out 100% guaranteed. Like at this point, Salazzle takes out Coco no matter what, with Sludge Wave. And since it's still 100% with Focus Sash up, it's going to live a hit from Coco no matter what. So risking Salazzle here against the Mew when this is my win con, because like what I'm fearing is the Choice Scarf Tapu Koko would have taken out Salazzle, Uxie, and Zygarde. If Salazzle doesn't take out Mew here, Salazzle would have gone down to Sash. Still would have killed the Mew, but would be at 1% HP, 1 HP, which the Tapu Koko would be able to deal with any move. And be faster than, so like risking the roll here was probably not the smartest move. I probably should have gone into Zygarde there and crunched just to bring the Mew down in hindsight, and sacked the Zygarde off, but I do get a critical hit there. Now, I'm not sure if the crit mattered. After the game, I asked Rawa if he had any defensive investment on the Mew at all. He didn't. So I think it was like a 75 to 80%, 75 to 85% roll or something like that, in my favor to knock the Mew out at that HP. So like if the crit did matter, it didn't matter a lot. But yeah, so I get rid of the Mew with Salazzle here, which is neat. But yeah, it's lucky that I did, is all I've got to say about that. And because of that, Coco comes in. He has to Thunderbolt. Dazzling Gleam wouldn't take me out. And then Sludge Wave just knocks him out 100%, and that's the win for me. There's definitely some misplays on my behalf that could have made the game go smoother, and I didn't have to risk like rolls with the Salazzle killing the Mew and stuff like that there. I did get a couple of lucky crits to get Mew down as low as he was in the first place. Like the U-turn crit from Uxie was pretty clutch as well. Um, but yeah, there was a few nice crits that I got. I guess making up for the Genesis Supernova there. Like I feel like I'm not sure it would have been my win even if I lost there, or because I don't think we could have really replayed that at that point. Um, but yeah, like that went real well for me. I managed to take on Roa, so at this point he's got one game left for the season, I believe, to play, and if he loses that, we end up with the same win-loss. I'm not sure on whose differential will be better, but possibly his. I haven't looked too closely at that. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with playoffs for this league, if we're doing them or not. So this could possibly be the end of my season. But whoops, sorry about that. But yeah, we should be, if we do have playoffs, I'll have those games coming to you as well. But yeah, pretty good game in the end. Good game to Roa. He played really well. He was definitely a really hard team to prep for. But my Zygarde, Salazzle, Primarina offensive core there put in a lot of work with some help from the Thundurus and the Uxie, and I guess the Decidueye a little bit, though the Decidueye didn't do as much. But, I mean, the Defog was pretty clutch. So, thanks, Decidueye. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks for watching my games this season. We're in the process of drafting for the D&D League, which is neat, and the DBA League draft will be starting very soon as well. So I should have more Pokemon Battle videos coming to you guys in the not too distant future. And obviously the UPBA is still going at the moment as well. I think there's like, we're just over halfway through the season or something like that. We end the last match is like mid-January or something like that. So yeah, and more Pokemon to come. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, I'll see you later.